Hello there, this is Ashwin Mohan here, and I'm going to get you all the juicy details of a big exclusive from Deal Street that broke earlier today on moneycontrol.com, and this one's from the house of Tata's, Bombay House. What we are given to understand from our sources is that auto major Tata Motors, its subsidiary, that's Tata Technologies, which is essentially an engineering, product design and digital services company, they are looking at a big bang IPO or initial public offer. Now, why is that a big deal? That's a big deal because honestly, when was the last time you heard of an IPO from the house of the Tatas, from this diversified conglomerate which is into all sorts of businesses from consumer to power? Well, the last big bang listing from the Tata Group was TCS, and that was 18 years back in 2004. Since then, of course, there have been a few attempts made by some of the autocomp arms of the Tata Group. That prospectus was filed, it was later withdrawn. We've also heard about Tata Sky, now called Tata Play, also looking at an IPO. But if Tata Technologies, their IPO plans fructify, then it will be an IPO from the Tata Group in a really long time, and that's why we are tracking this deal very closely. We are given to understand from our sources that the IPO process, the kickoff of the IPO process has taken place recently. These are preliminary days. Some advisors have come on board. Investment bank CITI, I believe, is one of the investment banks that is advising the Tata Group on the road ahead as far as this listing is concerned. We're given to understand from our sources that there may be a few other domestic as well as global investment banks that could be taken on board, of course, going ahead. Now, since these are early days, there's not much clarity regarding the exact size of the deal or the structure of the deal. But what's interesting is the background. 4 years back in 2018, Tata Motors had called off the sale of a significant minority stake in Tata Technologies, the very same subsidiary, to private equity firm Warburg Pincus. Now, that deal was called off, and back then in 2018, Tata Technologies was valued at around $840 million. 4 years have lapsed, but we're given to understand, at least from the annual reports, that in the last year or so, Tata Technologies has really surged in terms of revenues and profits. And these are details that we have got from the annual report, not only of Tata Technologies, but also of its parent, Tata Motors. And therefore, the company seems to be on a strong wicket because there seems to be a huge surge in demand as far as EVs are concerned, electric vehicles are concerned, and as far as the aviation sector is concerned. So it's going to be supplying solutions to these big segments, and since there's demand over there, the management seems to be bullish as far as Tata Technologies is concerned. So those are the details that we are picking up at this point in time. But do not forget also that the parent Tata Motors, it has debt on its books, and they plan to be nearly net automotive debt zero by FY24. So that's one of the reasons, that could be one of the reasons why they're looking to unlock value with this IPO. When we reached out to Tata Technologies, they declined to comment. CITI also declined to comment. But we at Money Control will keep a very close watch on this IPO in the coming days. With that, it's a wrap from me, Ashwin Mohan. Stay tuned to Money Control for more such news, views, and updates.